Now that Sam Wilson is officially Captain America and has his own movie releasing, I thought it'd be fun to go through all of Sam Wilson's appearances and rank them from my least favorite to my favorite. So, let's get to it. Sam Wilson's appearance coming in at number 7 is going to be Age of Ultron. This one, he just simply wasn't in it a lot. He was at the dinner celebration party with everybody when they were all there in Avengers Tower, and he was at the very end as a new Avengers squad member. So, didn't really have much to do. Didn't really talk that much. He just kind of made mention to searching for Bucky while Cap was busy. So that was kind of cool how it tied into Winter Soldier like that in that kind of seamless way. But that was really it. Nothing too special about it. Going on to number 6 is Falcon and Winter Soldier. When he was given the shield, I kind of expected him to just say okay and take it in and just get shit done pretty much. And he kind of didn't. In one of my other videos, I mentioned that he seemed kind of like insecure about it. And that's just not who I took Sam to be. Maybe it was because story-wise they were still adapting to the blip and whatnot and being gone for 5 years and kind of coming back into reality, and however that is, I don't know. I just didn't like where the story went and where it took him, because I felt like he was already confident in himself and confident that Steve had chosen him. Otherwise, I would have rather have seen that show be like a Bucky versus Sam to be Captain America, which even then really wouldn't make sense, because they would have learned from Civil War to not fight over each other, otherwise they lose. So, anyways, long story short, number 6, Falcon and Winter Soldier. Coming in at number 5 for me as far as Sam Wilson's appearances go is going to be Endgame. Again, kind of like Age of Ultron, he didn't have much to do, but when he did come in, just the whole Cap on your left, that whole thing, and then him flying through, it was just a really cool scene. It's always going to be nostalgic. It's always going to be heavy on the heart. It's always going to be just a good moment when you see that when watching the movie, no matter how many times you watch it. Sam Wilson's appearance coming in at number 4 for me is going to be Infinity War. He had a little bit more to do in this movie compared to the other movies that I'd mentioned prior. So for that, and he got to have a cool battle in Wakanda. I like seeing him work with Rhodey when he was flying like behind or next to Rhodey, or Rhodey's dropping all the bombs on everybody. So I thought it was just a cool scene, cool moments that he had. He didn't really need to steal the show, but he also didn't take anything away from it. So I thought he was well placed in that movie. My third favorite Sam Wilson appearance going into the top 3 is going to be from Captain America and the Winter Soldier. I've always liked Anthony Mackie as an actor. I liked him obviously from 8 Mile. I liked him from Pain and Gain, although I'm not too sure if Pain and Gain came out after 2014. I think it was before. I'm not 100%. But Pain and Gain, Adjustment Bureau, he's in a lot of little things that I actually really enjoy. So having him be like an actor that's not a big actor, but it's an actor that I knew that not many people my age knew at the time, it was kind of cool to be like, almost like, hey, like I know this guy better than you guys do, so now you're gonna see what he's made of, when I already knew what he had to offer. So it was a lot of fun seeing that, and also I think he just fit the role. He was a good, not necessarily like he's a sidekick, quote unquote, but he also could stand on his own. He didn't have to rely on somebody else's technology. He already knew how to work the technology that he brought to the team. So he had something to bring of value. He wasn't just like, hey, I'm here, so let me join the club. He's like, no, I want to join the club because this, and this. So I think it was a good route for his character to start. He wasn't like begging in any sort of way. You kind of feel some of that begginess, I think, or maybe just get that vibe from like the little scenes in Age of Ultron, because I think he goes like, oh, like it would have been nice to get a call or something like that. But there was such a minor part in that movie, it doesn't really matter. So anyways, third favorite appearance of Sam Wilson of mine was Captain America, the Winter Soldier. It was a great start to a great character from a great actor. My second favorite appearance of Sam Wilson is actually in the Ant-Man movie. It was a pleasant surprise. This kind of came around the time where scoopers weren't everywhere and everything wasn't being reported on. So, it was a cool surprise to see Scott go to Avengers Tower. And then it was also cool to see Sam just there in general. And then the fight just added on top of that. So it was like the perfect trio of things for me personally. So that's why my second favorite appearance of his is in Ant-Man. My favorite appearance of Sam Wilson in an MCU movie is in Captain America Civil War. This really showed who he is as a person, not just as a military guy. So that shows where he aligned well with Steve. Obviously Bucky did too. But it just kind of shows that he had Cap's back no matter what. And I think even if the roles were flipped because of how much he admires Cap and just strives to be not like Cap, because you don't want to have him be like a copycat, but just sees him as this idol to kind of like how a lot of people see Superman. I thought that was really cool. And also he almost killed Rhodey. So there, and he didn't mean to. And you hear the sincerity in his voice when he tells Tony that he's sorry, and you kind of just see his defeat in himself, being like, "Oh, all I wanted to do was just help and stop this battle, and instead I almost just killed my friend." But another military guy, so he shares a lot in common with them. And not only that, there were repercussions for it. Like, part of me kind of wishes Rhodey died, so that way there was more impact to the story. But he didn't leave unscathed. He was paralyzed from the legs down to where Tony needed to help him out. So having that weight on Sam's shoulders, I think actually adds a lot to his performance in this movie and moving on, because it's something that he's always going to hold with him that he never even intended to happen. So with all that down, that's my ranking from my least favorite to my favorite appearance of Sam Wilson, and I will update it as soon as I see the movie. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and go see Captain America: Brave New World this weekend.
Walk away alive, Captain, but he will.